The random jottings of Donald J. from Nelson in Pendle. George Lyon from Billinge. Riding on his horse, this former highwayman passes through the village where he once hid out. In the quiet village of Billinge, nestled amidst rolling hills and picturesque landscapes, there existed a tale that sent shivers down the spines of its inhabitants. The story revolved around a phantom figure known as George Lyon, a former highwayman who haunted the area since the 1920s. Legend had it that George Lyon was a notorious outlaw, renowned for his audacious robberies and daring escapades on horseback. The village of Billinge served as his refuge, a place where he hid from the authorities and plotted his next misdeeds. It was said that he was cunning, his knowledge of the surrounding countryside allowing him to evade capture time and time again. However, fate had a peculiar way of catching up with the wicked. One moonlit night, as George Lyon galloped through the winding lanes on his trusty steed, he encountered an unfortunate accident that cost him his life. Some say it was a misstep, while others whispered of a vengeful act by a rival gang member. From that moment on, George Lyon's spirit refused to rest. It was said that he appeared on foggy evenings, riding through the village astride his ghostly horse. Witnesses described him as a shadowy figure dressed in tattered garments, his face hidden beneath the brim of a worn hat. As the decades passed, the tale of George Lyon became ingrained in the village's folklore. Parents shared the eerie legend with their children, cautioning them to stay indoors after dark and avoid the lonely roads where the phantom rider was said to appear. Though many were skeptical, there were those who claimed to have witnessed his haunting manifestation. Old-timers spoke of hearing the distant sound of galloping hooves echoing through the night, accompanied by the rustling of leaves in the wind. Some claimed to have seen George Lyon pass them by, his spectral form evoking a mixture of fear and awe. The air turned icy cold in his presence, and his mournful gaze seemed to pierce through the very souls of those unlucky enough to meet his spectral gaze. Over time, the legend of George Lyon took on a different meaning. The village's younger generation saw him not only as a fearsome apparition but as a symbol of the area's history and resilience. Local artists depicted him in paintings and sculptures, while authors wove his tale into gripping novels. He became a tourist attraction, drawing visitors who sought a brush with the supernatural. As years turned into centuries, the spirit of George Lyon continued to haunt the village of Billinge. His presence served as a reminder of a bygone era, a testament to the dark and daring past that once unfolded within those very hills. The legend persisted, passed down from one generation to the next, ensuring that George Lyon would forever be a part of the village's fabric. And so, to this day, as the moon rises high in the night sky, the ghostly figure of George Lyon can still be seen galloping through the village of Billinge, eternally bound to the land he once called home. By Donald J.